Welcome to another episode of the PML Podcast. I am Dr. Ogunseinde. Tonight, we have a special guest. We have a second patient that had the PML SI Fusion done, and she's here on the phone with us today to give her testimony and actually tell us how she was before the surgery and after the surgery. So here is April. April,
Yes.
good evening. This is Dr. O. How are you?
Hi, Dr. O. I'm doing well.
So, welcome to our PML podcast. I know you've been following us, and I appreciate you for doing that. Today, we're doing a patient testimony. We want to know how you have been after you had your PML surgery, and also tell us about yourself and how you found me, and how we did the what your pain was before the surgery, and after surgery, and you can feel free to tell them how many surgeries I've done on your lower back. So let's start with that.
Okay. So, I have known you for several years, and I found you in town, and I actually was in the process of looking for another spine surgeon because I had two surgeries before you did my first fusion.
How was your pain after the first two surgeries you had?
The pain after the first two surgeries was very, very unbearable. It was hard.
Okay.
I could not stop hurting, and the previous doctor that I had used.
Yes.
He was a neurosurgeon.
Okay.
And he couldn't figure out why I was still hurting so bad. And it was so bad that it almost put me in a wheelchair.
Yes.
And so I had found you, and thank goodness, such a blessing. You had asked me about all of the symptoms that I was having.
Yeah.
And I was having the low back pain, and whenever I was telling you more about it, you were talking about the SI joint, and I actually had never heard of the SI joint at that time. And so we tried some injections, and of course they didn't take at all. And so it was just getting worse with time. And you actually had to go in the third surgery that I had with your first surgery, and you had to correct his mistakes. And so you did that one, and then the next one you did was the SI joint fusion.
Correct, I remember.
And yes, and so I will say that I was mind blown. I mean, the recovery was very, very easy. I was sore.
Yes, of course.
And I was actually, I think like 1 week, 2 weeks post-op, I was staying in contact with you about how well I was doing. And I think you had to tell me to, you've come so far.
Yes.
You need to take it easy.
Yes.
Like, keep up the good work.
That's correct.
Like, take it easy. And so I told, I was just in shock that I couldn't believe after my fourth back surgery.
Yes.
I wasn't having so much pain and didn't need as much pain medication as I did with my surgeries from the other surgeon.
Correct. And yes, keep talking. I'm enjoying your conversation, by the way, April. Keep talking.
Yes, and so it was just, it was mind-blowing. And, I mean, even though it's been a few years, I tell everyone that I give such praise that you, Dr. O, you saved me from being in a wheelchair.
That's okay.
And at almost 40 years old, I almost was in a wheelchair. And if I would not have found you and met with you the few times that I did, I probably would be in a wheelchair. And you gave me hope, and you even told me about some other diagnoses that I actually was mind blown that the other surgeon didn't even bother to look into.
Tell my audience about the diagnosis. I know you know the name now very well. What's the name of your diagnosis?
Bertolotti Syndrome.
That is correct. You had Bertolotti Syndrome. It's a syndrome that is
Genetic.
It's genetic, exactly, and it's only seen in only 30% of patients that have lower back pain. You happen to be one of those 30%. But if you didn't know anything about Bertolotti Syndrome, you would never understand the pain April was going through. So, all right, keep talking about your diagnosis, April.
And so I just couldn't understand why I was just hurting so bad. And, you were determined to find out why. Injections, you can only have so many injections.
Correct.
And, they were just not helping at all. But, after I had the SI joint fusion,
yes,
it was a very easy surgery to recover from. And I was able to walk around the grocery store, pushing a shopping cart. I didn't feel the need to use a walker. I didn't feel the need that I needed to have one of those electric buggies.
Yes.
I was kicking a ball, and, I was just, taking some Tylenol,
yes,
and everybody was just so impressed with my progress that I even told different people about how well that you have actually put me back together. And, I was just that, amazed. Yeah. And, you are very well just adored by our family.
Thank you. Thank you.
And my dad.
Thank you.
And, I'm just thankful God put you in our lives.
Well, when people don't understand. So when I developed the PML SI Fusion, it was only like 3 years ago, April. And that was around the same time you came to see me. I did the first correction of your previous surgery from the neurosurgeon. It wasn't like, my experience, you never want to blame your colleague. So I just made an improvement of what he had done. But then I realized that you had the Bertolotti Syndrome. If I didn't realize, if I wasn't educated on Bertolotti, I can guarantee you, April, you will be having a spinal cord stimulator and a pain pump and all these other gadgets without addressing the problem. So I'm kind of happy that we found the problem. You're very educated. You read up on Bertolotti. And there's something about a patient that wants to feel better. You're one of those patients that is determined to get better. And you know your body. So any small deviation, you text me. That's another thing. Tell patients about the access you have to me in terms of text messages and like Facebook or social media.
Yes. You're very, very, you are so educated about all of this and very, you are very, you don't leave people in the dark. You are very detailed about every single thing that you do. And,
and the text, you text me, you can access me through text messages, email. You found me on email one time, remember?
Yes. Yes, I was staying very, very, very much in contact with you.
Yes.
And that's another thing, is that you're there for your patients.
Thank you.
You are there for your patients.
Thank you.
Whether it be social media, email, text messages, I have never found a surgeon in my life, and I'm 40 years old, that is very dedicated to his patients.
Thank you.
And you're very gifted.
Thank you.
And very grateful for you always.
Thank you. And so this podcast is gonna go live probably in the next 24, 48 hours. I want you to watch it because it showcases a patient. There's nothing stronger than a patient giving a testimony on their experience with a surgeon.
Yes.
This is not like a family member. Even though I feel like you're a family member now, it's not a family member. I know your husband. Through you, your husband had surgery with one of my partners, and so I know you really well. You follow me everywhere,
Yes.
April, and I appreciate you for doing that.
Yes.
So
most definitely.
Thank you. So we're going to launch the PML course probably in the next 6-7 weeks, and of course you're going to follow me. I know, and you just see how my goal here is to kind of just showcase the PML technique, the technique that we founded in Longview, Texas, in a small town of 85,000 people. This technique came out of that town. And even though some people may not understand the gravity of developing a technique in the United States of America, it's a huge task to get the government to understand that, okay, this is worth doing, and we give you permission to do it to our citizens. So I'm excited. Let's keep our communication going. And thank you for your insight. Thank you for your testimony. Tell Corey I said hello.
Oh, I will.
All right, and then give me a feedback when I launch this. Give me a feedback on what you think about the podcast and the direction of this quest. Okay.
Okay, of course.
All right, thank you, April. Love you so much. We just listened to a testimony on a patient of mine that had surgery, PML SI Fusion. Her initial surgery was done by a neurosurgeon, and she did well, but she wasn't able to walk, and she was progressing to using a walker. She found me from a friend. We did a revision of her lumbar fusion, and then we incorporated the brand new PML SI Fusion to fix her lumbosacral junction. Her pain pre-op was severe to the point where she was almost going towards a wheelchair. Now she's walking around pain-free. It shows you the strength and the power of the PML SI Fusion. Thanks for watching. See you next time.